Look,
so then why isn't it women exercising their options as well?
All right, you guys want the candy store analogy? You guys want the candy store analogy?
It's back.
You guys want the candy store analogy so I can explain this to her why we're not the same?
Let's do it.
It's been a while.
Okay, I think the chat wants it. All right, so ladies, we're gonna go into a dream world, so that I can explain this, so it makes sense. I know some of you guys like, yo, why the fuck can you do that shit and I can't, etc. This double standard is fucked up. So,
yo, chat, chill.
Yeah, I'll do the analogy.
Sugar rush.
You seem a little angry. Are you mad about something?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. So I'm doing this analogy for you, so I want you to please pay attention, ladies. So imagine that there's a candy store, okay? And in the candy store, you know, the women are allowed at 18 years old. You're allowed to come into the candy store, all right? And after some time in there, you start to figure out what kind of candy you like and what you don't like. You figure out that Tootsie Rolls are disgusting. You figure out that gummy bears are delicious. And you figure out that the yellow flavor in Starburst is strange, and I don't know why it still exists. But regardless, you figure out what kind of candy you like and what kind of candy you don't like. And you've been in there for a few years. The men, however, are not allowed into the candy store until they're 35 years old, have saved up $100,000 in the bank, and they've been to the gym for 5 to 10 years consistently. Okay? And there's clearly a line growing outside that fucking candy store. Okay? Because the guys are piling up and they're waiting to get in. So you're 18, 7 years, 15 years later, whatever it may be, my math is off, but eventually some of these guys are let into the candy store. They go fucking crazy. They go into this candy store. They're running around, swinging on the fucking rafters, eating all the Tootsie Rolls that you didn't want to eat 10 years ago. They're going nuts. And then on top of that, the guys that didn't get allowed in the candy store are outside of the candy store cheering in the glass. Yeah, fuck yeah, eat that Tootsie Roll. Going wild, right? Cheering those fucking guys on. But only like 10 or 15 guys got allowed to the candy store. And you guys have been there for what, 15, 17, 18 years, whatever it may be. And you're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, have y'all never seen candy before? And the reality is this. How the fuck are you going to tell him how many pieces of candy he can eat when you were allowed into the candy store for free, but he had to bust his ass to get into that candy store? That's the difference. You can't tell a man how much candy he can eat when he had to get to a certain point to even be able to allow to get into the candy store, while other guys can't when you were allowed in for free. You have free admission. You can't tell him how to move when it comes to how much candy he wants. That's why when a man has sex with other women, it's not the same as when a woman has sex with other men. Having sex with a lot of women as a man is extremely difficult. It shows that you have value to the world. When a woman has sex with a lot of dudes, she loses value to the world because you guys are allowed into the candy store simply for existing and being of age. We're not the same. We don't play by the same set of rules at all. And this whole double standard that women want to cry and complain about, hey, there's a bunch of double standards that women benefit from. I'll never get in a section with Future and Drake. I'll never get invited to a fucking mansion party unless I become a musician or someone huge. I'm never going to get money for feet pictures or a sugar mama that's going to pay me simply for existing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm never going to get the same benefits that women get. Okay? There's double standards that benefit both genders. And I would argue there's more double standards that benefit women than that benefit men, because women are able to enjoy all the same rights and privileges that men do while simultaneously enjoying the benefits of being a woman and getting the privileges that exist from traditional times. So for women to get mad about something simply as like sexual discretion, that's kind of in your control. And if you ended up eating too much candy in the candy store, that's your fucking fault. It's not, you can't tell me how much candy I want to eat.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I know you guys might not like that, but that's the truth. That's how the world works. Men care about how much candy you ate.
Yeah. And for me, I'm not saying, for me, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to cheat. I'm actually really not. Like, that's just who I am, but I do understand. I just don't. I don't know why. I just
What a
don't.
head ass. What a head ass. Give me the hat. I'll show all of them. Right now.
It's okay. You have one on already.
Why you think
You see how he do me right? Y'all see how he do me right?
That's the reality of things. Some men are exceptions to the rule. Some men actually.
Not just wearing two hats.
And I understand exactly where Myron is coming from. Like, I totally understand it. Like, there's some men out there that are high value that don't want to cheat, and there are a lot of men that are going to cheat. It just is what it is. And I think that I just think women can't get it in their head. Like, dude, that's just how men operate.
It comes back to the discussion earlier. Yeah. When we walked around and asked the girls, what do you rate yourself? A lot of the girls rated themselves, I'm a 10 or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it comes from female hubris, because think about it, bro. If you got DMs and invites to hang out with celebs and all this other stuff, you
Your
would
ego.
probably think you're the shit too. Your ego
Yeah.
would be crazy. And this isn't to make fun of y'all. It's just that we live in an unprecedented time where women get more attention now than ever before. You know, like
Yeah, I'm not-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I'm not gonna tell Fresh, yo, you should rate yourself a 10. Yo, that's so true.
I
though.
think if women manage expectations the right way, as in like, okay, this is how niggas are, I'm gonna move accordingly. You won't be hurt because what happens is girls will be like, oh, he's this type of guy, he's gonna be faithful, and you find out he's not. Now you're butthurt because he's not what you thought he was gonna be.
Mhm.
But certain guys on certain levels, they're gonna do what they do. So it's kind of like,
So how about if a female do it?
oh,
goes
I'm
back
gone.
to what I said before.
Yeah.
You disqualify yourself.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
come
lose.
on now.
We don't really lose
You know, I feel like
Merch.
Lose how?
Merch.
Lose
I
how?
feel like my
Merch.
because we gonna leave.